How we doing, boys and girls? Manthieus here. Welcome back to another video. So if you can do the thing that other people are not doing, you can get results like this. This is a screenshot from one of my patrons, actually, who shared this over on the Discord of their success buying and selling these Centaur trophy necklaces over the last couple of days. And I wanted to talk about this in a little bit of detail for a few minutes today to really try and learn something from this. Consider this more of a case study, as the opportunity for most people has probably passed on this one. But it's a really solid example of if you can do the thing that others are not talking about, do the thing that others are not doing, you can still achieve absolutely ridiculous things in this game. Obviously, if your goal out is to make some of that coin, right? The Centaur trophy necklace then. What is this? Why is it causing people to have 18+ million gold in their mailbox after an afternoon of sales? Well, it is a item that was farmed up very early on in Dragonflight. For those of you that played at the beginning, patch 10.0, you might have remembered running around doing the hunts, the grand hunts. You can still do them to this day, but obviously far less people actually are. You run around and you kill a bunch of mobs and you help the centaurs out, and they reward you with some goodie bags on completion. And in those bags, the bags of spoils, I think they called them, in those bags there was a small chance for this Centaur's trophy necklace to drop. This is a crafting item. This is a crafting item that is turned up in great need all of a sudden since the launch of patch 10.2, Season 3. This has landed on the BIS lists absolutely everywhere. If we take a little bit of a look quickly on what these actually go into crafting, you can see here, there's a few pieces, it's only a handful of pieces of gear, right? But it's a handful of gear that is in demand by nearly everybody all of a sudden. And this is where paying close attention to what the class guides are saying, paying close attention to any changes for your classes can be your ticket to spotting something early. And spotting something early is critical here. People who need these right now, just for a quick overview, that's mostly, allied something or other. If we take a little bit of a look at Wowhead's BIS, best in slot crafted gear and embellishments guide for Season 3, just look how frequently this is appearing, right? Death Knights want some of this. Your evokers, all of the evokers want some of this. Beastmaster Hunters, of which there's never a shortage of, want some of this. You've got the Holy Paladins getting in on there, Disc Priests, Shadow Priests, the full spec of Priests, Ellie Shamans, Affliction Warlocks, Destruction Warlocks, Arms Warriors. Huge amounts of the player base need one of these items right now, or looking to get one of these items. And so, of course, trophy necklaces went to the moon. They went to the absolute moon. These had a historical price, if we look back in game, just for a quick minute here. These had a historical price of less than 400 gold. I, in fact, even sold one for 465 gold about a month ago. I must have just randomly acquired it. I have some TSM operations that automatically send all materials to a bank character. This bank character, which ends up selling them on the auction house, just because I like to try my best. Anybody who watches on stream will know my bags are an absolute nightmare most of the time. Just some sort of control to keep the bags in order, but it means that I just can't, anything I find, I just sell it almost instantly. This, though, has meant if I'd saved it, I'd be able to sell it for an awful lot more. I guess some of you are probably asking then, how can you actually go about farming these things? Well, if you want to try and make a bit of gold with these even still, like I said, I do think the opportunity is gone, because people hoovered up the entire supply of these when they were very cheap, and hence were able to make big gold off it. But even now, if you want to try your luck at getting some of these, you can still do the grand hunts. It's from the Grand Hunt spoils bags that these mostly drop. You can actually see a screenshot of somebody here that they were, they got the Grand Hunt spoils, some trophy necklaces. They got the trophy necklace. These are the rep tokens and some Dragon Isle supplies as well. So you can run out and you can do the hunts, and you can try your luck at the hunts, and you can try and get your hands on some of these. But like I said, in all honesty, the opportunity has mostly gone for people. People will cotton onto this very quickly, and people will supply more of them. But I thought it was worth bringing to you guys simply because it showcases one major thing, and it's that if you do what others are not doing, you have far more opportunity to succeed. Myself and lots of other content creators, we were talking about Dracothis, we were talking about antler fragments, we were talking about cloth cooldowns, we were talking about farming glow spores. This is a lot of stuff that was quite obvious to us who are deep into the gold making side of the game. But of course, that's all speculation. We're for the most part taking what we would consider an educated guess on what might be something good to do to make a little bit of gold. And the problem is that when we sort of showcase this stuff, if too many people get on board with it, we get a situation like what we have with Dracothis right now, which is, I think they're probably cheaper than they have ever been. Where's Dracothis on my list here? They're probably only a couple of thousand gold a piece. Yeah, there's now 25,000 of these things, and they are at a historical low point in price. Clearly an indication that way too many people have their alchemists up and running, and it's making it remarkably difficult to make profit on these by crafting them now, because quite simply too many people are doing it. The Dreaming Antler fragment is another one, just showcasing that a lot of people jumped on these to get hold of these in the early days of Season 3. And while not a complete failure, if you skin one of these, it's still worth nearly 3,000 gold to you. It's still worth considerably more than running around doing world quests for half an hour. But it is still problematic in the fact that nobody actually really needs the Dreaming Antler fragments, because the embellishments that they make are pretty terrible right now. But those that were paying attention to things that weren't quite so in the public eye have found opportunities to capitalize and make absolutely silly results from doing it. So I thought I'd bring this to you guys as a bit of a not really so much of a gold making guide per se, more as a case study on what is still technically possible, and the power of the region-wide auction house, and more importantly, the power of keeping your eyes open and looking for those opportunities before others are paying attention. If you can be the first to market, you can see some fantastic success. The early bird really does catch the worm in gold making nowadays, and it's quite difficult to keep ahead of the pack. But if you do, it's all good. But I will leave it there for today, boys and girls. I didn't want this video to be too long, as there's not too much to be extracted from this other than, hey, maybe do some hunts today. I don't know. If you're bored, run around, do some hunts. You might be able to find one of these. They're still probably going to be going for 30,000, 40,000 gold, I would imagine, for the next few days at least. So maybe jump on that. Give it a go if you want a small amount of gold quickly. But if you're ever looking to make the big bucks, this is how it's done. I hope you can learn from that. Give the video a like if you enjoyed it, boys and girls. Consider subscribing if you're new around here, and I'll catch you all next time. Peace.